Marcus say, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. That's right. That's right. It's either about to go down or it's about to go up. Mhm. Let's see if we get one more. Look at this sausage head motherfucker just pulled right out in front of me. What's up, Sister Erica? Say you multitasking. I know all about that. Gotta make it happen. Okay. Well, I'm trying to tiptoe to the gas station and hope that this truck don't run out of gas along. It won't though. She's a loyal soldier. Let's see how many miles. I don't know. Damn near 300,000 miles on this old truck. Uh, I don't really know what I want to say, but I know I just feel like I wanted to say something today because it's May Day. It's the first day of May, and it needs to be recognized. Um, there are 8 points in the year where it's considered to be like this energy is very high. Uh-oh, there you go. Either I'm out of data or the reception feeling got my shit stopping every. I don't know, man. It might be me. Because sometimes I go back and watch these videos and my shit be sounding like the bad intercom at Burger King. You know, when you're trying to order. But, so I don't know. Uh, but, let's see. May Day, there and these 8 points. There are 8 points throughout the year where May Day energy. There's 8 points throughout the year where it's considered these the whatever separates the physical world that we see and the spiritual world. That separation, which some call it a veil, that veil thins, meaning that you can kind of do like this, reach over, you know, to the other side and pull something over, you know, greater access. So today is one of those days. This is May Day, the first day of May. These are called in so-called paganism, it's called Sabbats. Okay, and Sabbat means 8. And then we're later on given this idea that Sabbat means 7, but it's really 8. Now we find traces of this reference to the number 8 in some versions of the Kabbalah. You can find Idris Shah talks about this in his book, The Sufi. He talks about the original Kabbalah had 8 Sephiroth instead of 10. And then we look at our hands, and these two right here are considered separate. But your actual fingers are considered these, 8 of them. We also know there's a great lecture of Delbert Blair on one of Sirius Times channels, and it's one of my favorite of his because he breaks down the concept of the L's. And basically what he does is he squares the circle for you, because he shows how the L's came down into matter and they created 4 right angles. Well, the energy that they gave off from each one of those right angles was 45 degrees. And when you take all of those degrees, you get 8. basically. And there go your 8 sabas. This would be easy if I could write it out, but I'm having to try to. Something tells me I better stay on the service road just in case this old girl here wants to try to give out on me. So yeah. So, but what's the significance? We learn about that, and what does it mean? From an intellectual standpoint. But how does that apply? How can I make it work for me? Well, first, let me give you a little bit of conspiracy. It's strange. Well, I'll start off with that. I'm not going to labor on it. I'm just going to say this. The timing of the whole Bill Cosby verdict coming down is directly related to May Day and the Sabbath. Now, if you understand what the May Day ritual is, then you'll know what I mean. So let me share it with you real quick. In May Day festivals, you have something called a maypole. And you ain't got to be no rocket scientist to figure out what the maypole is referencing. It's a phallus, okay? Now, another tidbit for you is that today is the first day of summer. This is the first day of summer, okay? Spring started February. You had mid-spring at the vernal equinox. And now, contrary to what people may think, this is the first day of summer. And that's why you have the Maypole Festival. Because now, the phallus, which was flaccid all these months, is now risen again. Okay. So now you see why, Cosby needs to be castrated at this time. Now, you'll find in some stories how when a person kills an enemy, you eat that person, and that represents you're taking their essence. Okay? So, during coitus or sex, the woman basically eats the man. She eats up his essence. Eventually, over time, he's going to give out. Okay? And he's going to release his essence, and she's going to swallow it up and eat it. That's what the concept is. So this is what this is part of the Bill Cosby thing, is with this holiday with this time of the year coming up, where the maypole rises, you got to understand how this thing works subconsciously. The people who orchestrate this thing, they take on the personage of, they're trying to take on the personage of the Great Mother or Mother Earth, however you want to label this. And see, when you look up the origin of the word penis, you'll find that vagina and penis keep coming back to each other. So basically they're interchangeable. That's giving you a clue. So that means that the same apparatus that becomes erect is using the same energy that makes it erect, is the same energy that okay, let me say it the way it makes sense. That don't even sound right. You'll see in an old Egyptian hieroglyph where Isis Nut is giving the star to Osiris, and then Osiris gives it back to Isis, which is the same character. So what I'm trying to say is, the blood that facilitates the erection in the man is being driven by a feminine energy. And then what causes the thought that triggers the erection is feminine. So look at it this way. You see a woman, you look at your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and you're like, man, that ass looking good today. And you get turned on. That's the thought. So that's a feminine source But then the same blood that it takes to generate the erection is feminine too. So this Cosby thing, they take on the energy of the earth that swallows up the phallus, and then they become his phallus by gaining the erection. Some cold shit. Brother sent me low key in the chat room, sent me a story that came out right before the damn verdict came out, and it said they had just completed the first human penile transplant at Johns Hopkins University right before the verdict came out. So these things don't happen just not by happenstance. These things line up perfectly because they're all orchestrated. But that's enough with the conspiracy. I'm not going to labor on that. How does May Day affect you? How can you use it? Well, has it been a rough... I got to pump this gas. Has it been... let me just do this because I can't talk out here. I'm going to start this pump. I'll be right back. Okay. Waiting on this to pump. So, you've made it to May 1st. Depending on where you live at, you may have had a harsh winter. And winter, of course, does not just have to be about the weather. You may be coming out of a harsh winter in your life. And that winter may have lasted 6 months, 3 months. It may have lasted 3 years, 10 years for some. This, can y'all still hear me? Somebody let me know if you can still hear me. Press 1 if you can hear me. All right, bet. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. If your mind is positioned right at this time, just the mere fact that you understand what type of energy is abound in this period. Bet. All right. Thank y'all for the ones. Just understanding what type of energy is abound right now, it gives you great power to manifest. I mean, we're right here on the heels of a full moon, and this May 1st comes in. We could maybe say that a lot of things are speeding up in the news cycle in hopes that you don't even recognize, like, what's the date? What's the date? Where are we at? You know, because just simply knowing and having the wherewithal to take advantage of the moment. Like yesterday, we talked about the power of now, as part of our conversation. Knowing where you at right now. So that if I'm just looking too far down the road, well, in November, I hope to, well, in December, or in 2019, but right now is May 1st. how can I focus my mind and utilize, damn, this shit's still going, and utilize the energy that is present right now to change my reality? Am I prepared to make something happen? This is where our studies come in. It's two parts. You have your I forgot what they used to call it. It's your basic competency. Then you have your applied, or like in school, you might have a chemistry class. Then you got lab class. Well, the study part is, you know, oh man, is you do your reading and your studying and things, your lectures and so forth, to gather the information to know that May 1st is even significant. Well, the lab part is now you put it to work, meaning simply don't forget where you at right now. Don't get so bogged down in what you got going that you forget, oh shit, today's May 1st. Let me just put my mind into the area that I want to see manifest. Let me focus my thoughts. Did I see a 111 show up today? Oh, as soon as I see 111, especially on a May 1st, man, stop whatever you doing and put your mind, if it ain't nothing, for 30 seconds on what you want to manifest. Stop what you're doing. Make sure it's not, if something's pissing you off, let that shit go and turn your situation around. Stop and focus your mind on what is the reality that you're going to make happen. Hold on. Because on a day like today, that's a gift that's available to us. I don't know about you, but I just know that things are in my favor. Shit is going my way. That's this is a great time to just embed that in your mind. Even if you just had the most shittiest thing happen, or you just had the dumbest asshole get on your nerves, let's just stop for a minute and put your mind in the state that you want. Put your mind in that state. That is what it means by a Sabbath. And it means, about the veil being thin. That means the activation period is on steroids. Steroids, you can train hard. You can try to work out hard, but when you take some damn Deca, when you take some D-ball or some Winstrol, hey, you're going to see what it really means to get a real workout, because your capacity to train harder is going to be greater, So steroids don't make you big. Steroids give you the ability to train harder to get bigger. That's what they do. This is what this Sabbath does. It just doesn't just make things just happen. It happens for those who have the wherewithal to even just put their mind in the area. See, we're in a different time frame now. It's not like you have to, you got to be locked up in some room somewhere chanting all day. This is not that era. This is the era of knowing. So for you to know it and then have the audacity to crystallize it in your mind, I mean, that's powerful. And that's more dangerous than anything else. You just being in the presence of mind to to imagine your reality instead of somebody dictating your reality to you. So uh, this is, our little Mayday motivation. Take some time, and it's not like, oh, uh, if you miss the window, you asked out. It's not like a Black Friday sale or Cyber Monday sale. No, you know, this is the way we're supposed to flow every day. Although we know we ain't gonna be always 100% just on our game. Shit happens. It knocks you off kilter. Your confidence teeters and totters for a moment. And you wonder, you question yourself. Go ahead. Uh, and we know that happens. You're still human. Well, technically, we would say around 3 days, 2 to 3 days. That energy is you kind of think of like when you turn your iron on. Right now, the iron is plugged in. It's hot. But, after that time, you unplug the iron and you touch it right after you unplug the iron, it's still going to burn you. So the heat is still permeating on the second, on the third. It's just that it's starting to like the moon, wane a little bit. So, but the first and the second are considered to be the most fervent days for the energy. That's right. Erica say, get it in, whatever it takes. I mean, it ain't nothing but just put your mind in. Just stop for a minute. Stop for a minute and just think. People, you call it meditation, however you want to label it, prayer, however you want to label it. It don't matter. But it's like I'm driving down the highway and it's like, just think about how many things we're inundated with throughout the day. Oh man, did I lock the front door? Oh shit. Look at this fool about to come over into my lane. Damn, they shorted me on my paycheck. Damn, I gotta work later. And that's fucked up. I wanted to go to the and I wanted to see and these thoughts compound on top of each other throughout the day. So you get on the highway, got off work, been a long day, highways backed up. Can't hardly move. Well, maybe, just maybe, Spirit giving you a chance to slow down for a minute. You look down at your clock and your clock is saying 3:33 or 2:22 or, and a message is coming through like, hey, slow down, little buddy. Slow down for a minute. Reflect. And at that very moment, having the wherewithal, be like, oh, wait. Let me redirect my mind. Let me focus. And that's how simple it is. That's how simple it is. Some people have lifestyles where they can somewhat live like a monk. That's what I said in another video. You got to take into account what your lifestyle is. What your responsibilities are. And then you find your way to make it happen. You find your way, your own little creative way that you do your own little ritual. That's what I'm saying. We're in the age of I mean, it's whatever. Who am I to tell you what won't work for you? That's what's so beautiful about now. What we do now is we're sharing experiences to give maybe ideas, you know, but those ideas don't say like, if you don't do it this way, my wife my wife don't follow no recipes to the T. She'll get a recipe and she'll look at it. She say, "Oh, that's a good recipe." She'll never do that shit to the T, cause she's gonna always put her own aura, her own elements into it. Then it becomes hers. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just that everything gets rearranged. So she arranges a few little things and now it's her recipe. You know, she made it, she customized it. So that's all we do. You know, you have basic information that's out there about what's the basic energy that's permeating. Then it's just like, God, the only limit to what you can do is just what can you think of? You know? Like shit, I'm gonna stand in the middle of the floor and I'm gonna be a chimney all day. I'm the maypole, I'm the chimney. you know, whatever. Whatever. It's a beautiful time. In the Bible, it says you must come as a child. So be like a fucking child and just use your imagination and let it run wild. But I got to go. We got shit we got to do. But I just wanted to share that real quick. Little Mayday motivation. I hope y'all on your game. Cause I'm on mine. Peace.